Hi everyone, in this video you will be learning accounting for FX forward. So before we jump to accounting, you first need to understand what is FX forward contract. And before understanding FX forward, you need to understand what is a forward contract. So what is a forward contract? Let's see by an example. So this is Mr. A and this is Mr. B. They enter into contract that on 6th April, Mr. B will sell gold amount gold at the rate of rupees 50,000. Okay, so Mr. B will sell gold to Mr. A for rupees 50,000 per 10 gram. Okay, I hope it's clear. So this is a forward contract where at a pre-decided date, at a specific price, we enter into a trade. That is a forward contract. So if the price of the gold increase to 60,000, then Mr. A will be in profit of rupees 10,000. If the price of gold reduced to rupees 40,000, then Mr. B will be in a profit of rupees 10,000. Okay, so this is how the forward contracts are being done. And this is over the party contract or the counter contract where both the party know each other. While we are on a forward contract, I tell you a simple another contract that we have that is a future contract. So future contract is nothing but a forward contract, but it is not over the counter. It is with the stock exchange where you enter into contract with a broker and broker enter into contract with the stock exchange. So you don't know the actual buyer and seller, but it is remains same. But since it is the stock exchange, so it is bit less risky and more regulated. That is the difference between forward and a future contract. That question you might get when you go for an interview for related to accounting or something related to financial instrument. So you are clear with the forward and future contract. Now come to FX forward contract. So what is FX forward contract? FX forward contract is a forward contract where the underlying is foreign exchange. In our example, the underlying is gold, but in FX forward, the underlying is foreign exchange, forex exchange currency. So, if Mr. A and Mr. B enter into contract to exchange, like will sell GBP, and for this, Mr. A will give 10, whatever that $1.6 to him. So this is a FX forward contract. It's as simple as that. Let's see through an example. It will be crystal clear what is the contract and how the accounting is done. So you are ABC Bank and you need 6 million of GBP for which you go to another dealer and you get a trade that you will get 6 million GBP for 10 million of USD and the maturity date is 10 days. Okay, so let's see the accounting. So first thing is when you enter into this contract, so what accounting entry will pass? As I told in the earlier video, whenever you enter into contract, you need not to pass any entry. Accounting is done only for the financial transactions. Here, to enter into contract, nothing is happening on your balance sheet or P&L. If your contract has got some value, that due to that contract you get some right, and that right is beneficial to you or it's has negative impact on you, then you need to record it. Otherwise there is no accounting entry because in interviews and all, this is a particular question where they give you a certain example which has no monetary value and ask you for a journal, but I tell you there is no journal. Okay, so when did we start recording for this transaction? So when this has got some values, so you enter into this contract and you agreed that you will uh, buy the 6 million and pay 10 million after 10 days. So the maturity is 10 days. So you enter into contract on 10th January. So maturity is 20th January. Okay. So let's see how much does this cost. So you will be paying 10 million and you will be getting 6 million of GBP. So what is the price of 1 GBP? That is 1.666667. Okay. So on that date, the price of this forward contract at the end of the day was 1.66. But whereas you have traded like 1.666667. So the net present value of that trade the is being reduced. So your as the contract has giving negative impact because of this contract. As of this date you are in a loss, and IFRS 9 says all the derivative instruments has to be recorded at fair value, and the profit and loss need to be taken to the P&L. So what is the fair value? The fair value is 1.66. So what is the loss? So minus 1.66. So 0.01 is a loss on one quantity and you need 6 million. So what is the loss? So for on 10th January, you will record a liability because that contract becomes your liability because it's generating loss. So entry is unrealized P&L account debit, or you can add detail for forex to derivative liability, and on your balance sheet you will show this 40,000 as your liability. Okay, so as you know, in investment banks and all, we do reverse and refresh accounting. So what does reverse and refresh accounting say? So whatever profits or losses you have recognized on the last day, you reverse that and show total profit and losses on that trade. Okay, so show the total like if you have 40,000 as your derivative liability, so you will reverse this derivative liability. So you have credited here, you will debit on the next day, and you have unrealized P&L that is 40,000 here, you will reverse that. Okay, so the net is zero. Now let's see what is the price of this trade on the next date. On 11th January, that is, it increases to 1.68. So now we are in profit. So what is our price now? Let's see. What is our profit? So we have a profit of 80,000. So we record it as, now this contract is asset now. So we'll record it as asset, derivative asset account debit to unrealized P&L. So we have recorded profit and loss, profit and asset. So on 11th of January in your balance sheet, you will record this contract as a derivative asset. And as I told you, we do the reverse and fresh accounting. We will reverse this and record the fresh asset due to that contract. I hope it's clear. And on 10th, uh, so on maturity, you need to recognize how much cash or how much does this worth. So you will take on 20th January, first you need to reverse the profit or asset or liability or loss you have shown on the previous day on T plus 9. So on T plus 9, the value remains 1.68. So you have shown it on 19th, you must have shown the profit of 80K and shown the asset of 80K. So you reverse it. Okay. And now since on maturity, the FX rate in market, so you are getting a 1 GBP for 1.66666667. and on maturity the price is 1.69. Had you need to buy this in market on the maturity date, you will be paying 1.69. But since you had a forward contract, you are getting at a very less price. You must be paying 10 million and 140,000, but now you are getting at a price of 10 million. So this 10 million is your realized profit. So it can be done in two ways. You can take the 6 million GB from him, or you can enter a entry that is a net entry, that is Nostro account debit. You will take the cash, the net cash, Nostro account debit 140K and two realized PNL. So this is the academically entry and this is right. But how we do the entry in the actual world when we do the accounting for various investment banks, I tell you. So they have a FX position account. They maintain an FX position account, and this account is maintained at spot rate. Like all the currencies that you have, you will have it at a spot rate, and from this account you will calculate the FX P&L. Okay, for this example, you will be paying 10 million of USD. So FX position account debit to PNL, to principal that you're gonna pay. Okay, and you're gonna get 6 million of GBP. So 6 million of GBP you will record here. So you need to record it in local currency. So 6 million, and as I told you, you maintain this in uh, at a spot rate, and the spot rate is 1.69. So the value of GBP is 10 million and 140,000. The rest is nothing but the FX restatement balance, and from this balance you will take to FX P&L account, and from FX P&L to your main profit and loss account. So that's how the accounting is done. So you can see the accounting entries and the FX position account. So this is the main one of the control account. You maintain FX position account for each and every currency you have, in which you will show that what is the cash balance for all the currencies you have, and on this position you will calculate the daily PNL. As the FX rate changes on daily PNL, you will take the daily FX PNL into your profit and loss account. I hope it's clear. Thank you very much. Keep watching.